Good morning. I'm still at this crappy camera angle. I apologize. It's the 10th of March, 2023, Friday. On my way to work. The AM Drive Part 1. Still have gout. Still very uncomfortable to wear a shoe on my left foot. They've changed the timing. They've changed the timing in the on the lights through my town this morning. I have literally caught every red light. It's not usually like this. I usually breeze through town pretty quickly. It's taken me about 6 minutes to go about a mile. It's killing me. I got a surprisingly late start today. I know I say that all the time, but this time it's absolutely true. It's a surprisingly late start because I went to bed last night relatively early, like crazy early. Like around 7 o'clock, I went to bed. Got up without any issue. Got my day started. Showered, all that stuff. Yes, I'm one of those barbarians that mostly showers in the morning. I'll do something about that eventually. I didn't make a lunch today. I think, even though I kept rambling on about I'm not going to start doing the intermittent fasting again, I really don't want to wait any longer. So I'm going to start doing what I was doing before, like Friday, Saturday, and probably Tuesday, or I think Friday, Saturday, and Tuesday. So I didn't pack a lunch today. So there's like really absolutely no excuse for my late start, other than the fact that I did make my own coffee this morning. I said I was going to start doing it, and I was shocked that I actually did it. So I don't like the way I made my coffee this morning. I used one of those, I'll call them K-cup type deals. You know what they are. I don't have a K-cup. Maybe they are K-cups. But anyway, I used them, and I used my refillable Dunkin' Donuts mug, which again I'm not a big fan of because it's plastic. There are other travel mugs in my pantry or in my cupboard that I could have used, but kind of in a hurry this morning. Don't know why. But yeah, I'm running a little later than I would like, and now I lost all that time going through town. I haven't bailed to the highways. There was like my first opportunity was right back there to jump onto 100 and start heading down the highways, but I still think I can get there in time as long as they haven't changed the timing on every single light on my route. I usually catch this red light, so I'm not upset. Problem is like just catching it, which means we have to sit through the whole light. It doesn't seem like a lot of time, but all these 30-second bits add up at the end. So, anyway, I've told you too much about my medical condition. I'm now complaining about traffic lights. I mean, that's pretty much it. That's what I have for you today. I did have, I took some of my, I think I told you in the afternoon episode. If I didn't, I'll tell you now. Like day 5 of the sauerkraut project is, it's going really well. I took some to lunch yesterday. I know it's a condiment, but I took it as like a little tiny bowl salad, just the cabbage and or sauerkraut at this point, I guess. Very, very tasty, and it's clearly doing something. I don't know whether it's doing something good or something bad, but it like for a long time I had what my wife referred to as overactive innards. There was much activity in my lower gut, just gurgling and things like that, and the cabbage brought that back. Like, just for some reason it gave me noisy gut. No pain, nothing like that, but actually felt healthy. I don't know how many good flora and or fauna that home fermented stuff is adding to my gut, but I think it has almost immediate health benefits. Not for any of my general ailments. I'm just saying for the general GI tract. I didn't bring any today. As I said, I'm going on a 2-day fast. Probably I'll give both jars the smell test today. One of them's half empty already, and decide whether or not they're going into the fridge to retard the process, because we're well over 3 days, and that's like the minimum. I was at Giant yesterday, and I saw that they had like fresh dill, like a lot of it. I didn't pick up any, but I'll probably stop there today and make sure that I have everything I need. I think the only thing I need from the supermarket is the dill and some cucumbers if I'm going to make pickles. And they had both of them in abundance yesterday, so I'll probably swing back today and pick that stuff up and start the pickle project. And I'll probably start that like maybe Saturday morning and film it and put it on probably on this channel. My other channel is mostly just the drive home, and I think I did put the one thing with the reflections up there, but like this is like the main, even though this is like the dark morning channel, this is the main channel. And also remember to bottle of water, because I'm always man thirsty. I'm thinking, this is like apropos of nothing, but I'm thinking I've got to organize myself. Like this morning, choosing a pair of socks means a little bit more now that I have Gal. It's not so much about the tightness of the socks right now, because it is getting better. It's painful to wear shoes, so I'm driving to work in my socks again. My shoes are on the passenger floor. So when I'm at work, when I'm sitting at my desk, I don't have my shoes on because it's painful. I put them on to go into the shop and take them off as soon as I get back to my desk. But it occurred to me that as I was putting on socks today, there's like some socks that are generally unacceptable if you're going to be wearing just socks, like at your desk, because they have holes in them in various places. Like there's holes in the front because of very bad toe maintenance. There's holes in the heel just because it wore through. And I realized, like, I have a collection of socks that goes back decades, and I'm thinking, like, I should just gather all the socks in the house, or I should buy some new socks first. Like, do it in this order. Go out and buy some really good socks. I'm thinking I'm going to go buy some good socks, either a wool or a cotton sock. A lot of them. If I could get them all the same, like if I could get like replace all of my black socks with new black socks that are all exactly the same, so that they just matches. You know what I mean? So there's no hunting for a match when you're watching socks, and I think that'll knock minutes off of my prep time every year, and it'll probably free up some space in my drawers, because there's socks that are in my drawers that I'll never wear. They're too small, they're too tight, they're made of nylon, they make your feet sweat, they're just terrible. But I've never brought myself to throw them out. It's just like when you're at that point, when you're facing those socks early in the morning, you're really not thinking clearly about, like, why do I have these socks? Like, just in case of an emergency. Well, that's crazy. You shouldn't have terrible socks in case of an emergency. You should probably just replace all of your socks with new, better socks. You should probably donate some to the homeless too, because they don't get donations of socks and underwear. They get clothes, but very rarely do people buy them socks and underwear. So maybe I'll do that too. Pick up some and drop them off at the. Do I drop them off at charity, or can I drop them off at a thrift shop? If I drop them off at a thrift shop, somebody like me might see them and buy them. Like, oh, socks! I could use some socks. You could just see me in my old age as I'm being feeble. I'm trying to be nice. I'm trying to donate to charity, and I can donate to thrift shops. And I keep buying the stuff that I donate to thrift shops. It's like, oh, this is nice. I used to have one of these. Like being nostalgic literally the next day. I'm still talking about socks. I used to have one of these socks. Vintage. So yeah, I went to bed early. Slept most of the way through the night. There were some cat issues. We have a cat, a very fat pixie bob, named Tiger, but we call him Tubbs because he's a bowling ball. And he likes to climb up and sleep on my wife's face and sneeze on her in the middle of the night. Apparently every night, and this happens around midnight, 1 in the morning. It's fantastic. But other than that, like, it woke me up very briefly. Like, I made sure I did exactly what I said yesterday. I made sure I didn't like lay down and just start doom scrolling for 5 hours on my phone. I turned everything off. Like, I had by 8 o'clock, I was like, the lights were off. I was under the blankets. I was probably asleep by 8. Which means, like, I got a good, relatively good night's sleep. I could have used more. I get up ridiculously early, so even going to bed, being in bed by 8 o'clock doesn't like really give me a full 8 hours sleep because of how early I get up. But still, it was much more than I normally get. I guess what I'm getting at, the slow trek to the punchline here is, like, I didn't wake up like I have been at like 1 in the morning, 2 in the morning. I didn't stay up till like 11 or 12 scrolling on my phone. Got to bed at 8. Didn't really wake up for any significant amount of time until the alarm went off this morning, and I was still tired. I think that's just part of being old now. I don't know if I'm going to be able to survive the spring forward. It's I think it may literally kill me. So speaking of the intermittent fasting, I did weigh myself this morning, still stabilized at the same weight. So that's good news. Even though I did make tacos yesterday, and they were freaking delicious. Hey, so here's something for you. If you make tacos, and I can't remember the exact recipe, there's like only 5 ingredients. It's like paprika, chili powder, cornstarch, salt, cumin, something else. I'll put the ingredients. You can just Google it. It's McCormick. Like, if you go to the McCormick's website and you look up their taco seasoning recipe, I thought it was going to be a scam. I thought it was like going to be like, yeah, they're going to give you a crappy recipe so that you go out and buy their taco mix. Well, they're suggesting you use all McCormick products. So anyway, it turns out, like, we have this Bobo taco seasoning. I don't remember what the brand name is. It's not Bobo. It's probably the competing brand. It's not McCormick. It's the other company. So probably when we were at BJ's or something like that, we saw the big thing of spice. We have tacos a lot, so we bought it, and it's not good. I don't like it. My wife doesn't like it. There's just something wrong with the flavor. It's not just that it's different. It's just not that taco flavor. Not only that we're used to, but like there's being used to it and it not tasting good. It just didn't taste good. I don't mind variety, but anyway, we made the McCormick. But we always make a double batch, so it's like, the recipe calls for 1 pound of chili, 1 pound of ground beef. We always double everything. So anyway, I went to the McCormick website. I threw together like their taco seasoning mix, which is just a mix of other seasonings. Oregano was one of the other ones, and onion powder. I think those are the last 2 ingredients. Threw that together, and so 1 batch of that for like a pound of meat, and then we used the other taco seasoning for the other half. Like, so we mixed the 2 together. Like, I'm curious to try just the McCormick recipe itself, because it tasted really good, even though I was using half of it was Bobo seasoning. I'm imagining if I just do Like it tasted better than, and it might be the mix of the Bobo and the McCormick recipe, but it tasted better than normal tacos. I mean, it was really, really tasty. So like I said, I will post the recipe. I'm surprised. Normally, what I do when I see a recipe on my phone is I actually take a picture of it with my phone. Like when I get all the ingredients on the screen and I take a snapshot. I didn't do it this time. I wish I had. I would. As soon as this part 1 was done, I'd pull over and just post that picture in the comments. Would I? I don't know. I don't think I can. I think I tried posting pictures in the comments before and it doesn't work. But anyway, I'll list them. And again, it'll only take you a couple seconds to go to the McCormick website. Just like type in McCormick taco seasonings recipe, something. I don't know. You know how to Google. Just do it. What was I on about? Oh yeah. So the whole point was, So this morning, I weighed myself. I'm still under 200 pounds, like right there at the 195 point. There's been no fluctuation. So that was the big conversation I was having the other day. Someone was saying, I keep harping on that non-sustainable statement. Like clearly you're parroting someone else, but the upshot is that the intermittent fasting was causing me to lose weight, and it has not rebounded, even though it's been at least 3 weeks since I was doing it. I'm still the same weight. So I imagine if I start the fasting again, I'm going to lose more weight, and it will still stay off. My goal, I think I talked about this before, I have interim goals. My first goal was, of course, to get under 200 pounds. Then was to get under 196 so that I was no longer obese. I was just overweight. My next goal is 180, which is just an arbitrary goal. It has no significant meaning other than that was one of the plateaus that I sat at for a long time. After 180, it would be 170, and it's not just because it's a 10-pound increment, it's because it really was the next plateau where I sat for years at 170 pounds. And I guess the goal after that, when I get to 170, the next goal is literally just 1 pound, to be under 170 pounds. I think because it's only 1 pound, it's not a really hard goal to achieve. I just skip a meal. What I think I want to do to mix that one up, if I live that far into the future, is I think I want to be under 170 pounds fully dressed. I don't know what that would translate into, but my getup is pretty intense, and I wear steel-tipped shoes. So, I'd like to be under 170 pounds in all of my regalia: suit coat, tie, wallet, 3 phones, belt chain, steel-tipped boots, and that would be it. I don't think I have a follow-up goal, unless I want to freak out one of my coworkers who gives me a hard time when I do those dramatic weight loss things. If I had a follow-up goal, it would be something ridiculous, like getting down to 135. But I don't look normal when I'm that thin. At least I don't like the way I look when I'm that thin. It's been a long time. Maybe my bone structure's changed radically, and maybe I won't look as goofy, ridiculously thin. It's also not healthy for me, like I explained. I have vasovagal syncope, and being a great big fatty has stabilized that to some degree. When I'm thin, my body doesn't have any kind of cushion to stabilize the oversteering of my blood pressure and stuff like that. weird. Like it's warm at my house, and then as I drive through the back roads to get to work, there's like sometimes up to a 10-degree drop in this area that I'm going through, and then it comes back up when I get into Philadelphia. I'm surprised that the temperature is higher at my house because I live on top of a hill. That's where we keep the wind. Got like a minute and 5 seconds left in the first reel. I'm very tempted to just stop it because I need to pull over and look for something. But why break tradition? I think I can last another minute. I didn't look for any of those materials I was talking about yesterday. I know I have at least one of the strips of acrylic glass. I didn't even go... I've shopped in the past for 3D printers. You know what? I'll continue this thought. I know it's the same thing I talked about yesterday, but I'm going to rehash it because that's what I do. I circle ideas before I attack them. So it'll take me a minute to log back in, but I'll see you guys in a few minutes. Have a wonderful day.